Okay, so let's look at it a little different. So let's say you were going to eat 1,600 calories. Let's look at 3 different levels of calorie density based on typical what people might eat and see how much food you get. If you were at a lower calorie density of 635 calories per pound and you ate 1,600 calories, you get 2.5 pounds of food. Not bad. This is in grams. If you were at a higher calorie density at 820, you only get just over 2 pounds. You get 0.5 pound less. I don't know about you, but I like to eat. If I was at 1,000 calories per pound, I only get 1.7. That's 40% less food. This is 20% less, and then another about 15% less. So I get 35% less food if I increase my calorie density. See where we're going with this? See how we're going to eat more, weigh less? So let's sum it up. Let's just give you some principles. No, we're not done yet. We'll be here till 9. But I'm just kidding. We could do that My Bonnie thing again if you want. Okay, so what I did is I averaged out the food groups. You don't have to know every food. You don't have to know what grapes are and bananas. You don't have to know what carrots and celery. You just have to know the food group. And there's only a couple you got to know. So here it is. Vegetables on average are 100 calories a pound. Some go down as low as 70, some as high as 200. On average, it's 100. Let's make math easy, okay? Fruits actually average around 250, but I wanted to make math easy, so I rounded up to 300. Most fruits are around 2 to 250. Unrefined carbohydrates, that's the potatoes, the rice, the sweet potatoes, the oatmeal, all that good stuff you're eating here. The way they grow in nature are around 500. Beans, legumes, a little higher. They run around 550. A couple of them will run up to 6. So I put 600. I'm giving, making sure I give a little higher so you're covered. Fatty protein, like you might get in a restaurant. When you start looking at some of the steaks they serve and all that, they could go up to 12 to 1,400. Leaner cuts might be a little less, so I rounded it off. Refined carbohydrates, bread, dry cereal, crackers, even if they're whole grain, 12 to 1,400 calories a pound. Why are they so high in calorie density, even if they're whole grain? What are they missing? Remember, what was your friend in lowering calorie density? Water. What do they call all those foods? Dry goods. They're going to be calorie dense. Yes? Okay, let's keep going. Junk food. You know those Oreo cookies and things like that? I didn't mean to say that word again. 2,300 calories. Nuts and seeds will average out at 2,800. All oil and fat is 4,000. So here's what they did. So they did these studies on calorie density. Instead of putting you on a certain low-fat diet and you on a calorie-controlled diet, they decided to feed people what's called ad libitum. And everybody know what ad libitum is now? That's a fancy scientific word that means you eat like you're eating here. You get to eat all you want at a buffet throughout the day. There's only 2 things that you're told. Whenever you're hungry, eat. Don't stuff yourself. Don't starve yourself. Just whenever you're hungry, eat till you're comfortably full. Hunger, we get rid of hunger. What the difference is, they take one group and you get to eat from buffets of foods low in calorie density. So this end. This group, you get to eat foods only that are high in calorie density. And here's what happens. The people who get the food that's low in calorie density take in way less calories and lose weight. Those who get to eat all they want of high calorie dense food, they take in way more calories and they gain weight. As I said, there's over 50 of these studies done now specifically on this, probably over 100 on the principle. And whether they do it for 1 meal, 1 day, 1 week, 6 months, or a year, when you learn the principles of calorie density and you compare it to portion control, calorie control, low-fat diets, guess which wins every time? Calorie density. Because they get to eat all they want and they don't ever have to go hungry. They just have to learn which foods.